Coming in, Supreme Court has dismissed Sisodia's plea. The Supreme Court has rebuked for Manish Sisodia, where the Supreme Court has stated cannot come running here directly. The Supreme Court has also stated that there is a set hierarchy. The Supreme Court has further said cannot come running here directly. This is what, of course, the CJ also went on to state that they are of the view that they shouldn't interfere. So the CBI versus Sisodia is in the apex court, where in terms of the plea, of course, Supreme Court has refused to intervene with the arrest order. In fact, Supreme Court has directed Sisodia to approach the High Court. What we also know that Justice Narasimha also went on to state that just because any incident happened in Delhi, it does not mean you have to come here directly, which is, of course, the top court. And there are other forums. There is a set hierarchy. So clearly, no relief for Manish Sisodia. In fact, some of the legal arguments which were made previously as well, where the CJI to Singhvi, who's of course appearing for his client Sisodia, went on to say that why should the top court intervene and entertain when you have a full remedy open? Why don't you move the Delhi High Court? And as we speak, of course, this case is being heard in the court. And Singhvi earlier went on to say that there are particular 32 judgments and it falls under the remit of Vinod Dua. Of course, they were going on to point out a previous case, and the CJI did note that in that particular case, it was in a different context. But Singhvi went on to make several arguments on that front as well. But after that, of course, Justice Narasimha taking a clear stance, saying that just because any incident happened in the purview of the national capital, it does not mean that one has to approach the Supreme Court.
Available to him. In the first instance, you do not need to approach the Supreme Court. Very telling observation coming in from the court that as far as they're concerned, this is an aspect from the Prevention of Corruption Act, and they are not inclined to interfere with that at this stage of investigation. There are other allusions that were made with regard to journalists and their cases, but the Supreme Court clearly stated that those judgments are at a different standing with regard to Manish Sisodia's plea. So now the only option left for Manish Sisodia, of course, would be to approach the Delhi High Court.